You need to leave. Now. The royal guard's voice was a quiet thunder, his eyes fixed straight ahead. But Amara wasn't moving. Her hand clutched a trembling note, her heart thudding like a drum inside her chest. She stood alone in the marble courtyard, tourists weaving past with cameras and chatter. But to her, none of it existed. There was only him, Elias, the royal guard she'd watched for months. The one she'd fallen impossibly in love with. She'd practiced this 100 times in her mirror. How she'd walk up, how she'd smile, what she'd say. But now, staring at the immovable man in red, everything fell apart. "I know you're not supposed to talk," she whispered, barely above her breath, "but I had to come. I had to say it." No reaction. Not even a blink. She swallowed hard. "I love you." Gasps fluttered from the crowd. Some pulled out phones, expecting a viral moment, but Elias didn't move. Not a single twitch. She took a shaky step forward. "I know it sounds insane, but I've seen you. When that little boy tripped last week, you flinched. And in the rain, you stood there shivering while everyone else ran. You're not a statue. You're human. You feel things." Her voice cracked. She held out the note. "This is for you. Please, read it." She turned, humiliated, tears threatening, but then his lips moved, barely. "Burn it." She froze. The world went silent. Slowly she turned back, stunned. He had spoken. She wasn't dreaming. "What?" she whispered. "Burn the note," he said again, quieter. "Forget me." Murmurs rose. Phones lifted. A tourist giggled. "You were followed," Elias added, almost inaudible. "You're being filmed. They'll use this against us both." "Us?" Amara choked, and suddenly it hit her. There was something there. Something real. Her voice trembled. "Then why? Why push me away?" A long breath. His jaw tightened. "You made me feel real." Her legs nearly gave out. In that sentence, everything she'd hoped for became truth. But then came the sound of boots. Another guard, higher ranking, was approaching fast. Elias's face hardened. "Go," he hissed. "I'm not leaving you," she said, stepping closer. "Run," he snapped, breaking posture just for a second. Gasps exploded. He had moved. Amara backed away, heart torn in two, then turned and sprinted, past the guards, past the gates, into the storm. For 3 days, the video dominated every screen. Girl confesses love to royal guard was viral gold. Millions watched, debated, joked. But Amara didn't care. She wasn't looking for fame. She was searching for answers. Elias had vanished. No one would say where he'd gone. She scoured forums, spoke to ex-guards, bribed a janitor, and what she uncovered chilled her blood. The guards weren't just silent, they were watched, trained to erase emotion. Any break in discipline meant reassignment. Sometimes they just disappeared, and Elias had broken not one but 3 sacred rules. He spoke, moved, and loved. Then came a lead. An older woman, retired palace secretary, met Amara at a cafe. She slid a napkin across the table and whispered, "He broke protocol for you." That's not punishment. That's devotion. Amara's heart shattered and healed all at once. She finally understood. That wasn't rejection. That was sacrifice. 3 weeks later, she returned to the courtyard. No Elias, just the silent changing of guards. But something was different. Beneath a nearby bench, tucked in shadows, was a small weathered box. Her hands shook as she opened it. Inside, her original note, unburned. Beneath it, a photo. Blurry, taken from a distance. Elias out of uniform, smiling. On the back, a scribbled message. "When duty ends, I'll find you. Until then, be brave for both of us." Amara pressed the photo to her heart. The world blurred with tears, but this time they were filled with hope. Somewhere out there, he was waiting. Somewhere, beyond duty, beyond rules, beyond silence, was a love worth fighting for. Because sometimes love doesn't roar. Sometimes it whispers. And sometimes that whisper echoes louder than anything the world can shout. If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button and drop a karma in the comments below.